everyone, today we are going to be colouring a bookmark. Now this is a set of bookmarks that are available for colouring that actually my husband has drawn, and they're available on his Ko-fi to download for free. Now I have downloaded them onto a bit of card because I actually need some more bookmarks, because he's been selling the ones that I've been using on his Ko-fi, his ones that he's painted, but he's also made these ones to colour, so I thought I would have a go at colouring them, and it would be and then I'd have some that I can use, and we could do some different techniques and have some fun. I'm going to start with this one here. My plan is probably to do all of them in different videos, but I might not be in order. I might be, who knows. So we have this one here. They're all, as you can see, sort of towers with grass and sky. So this one, now I've got my Staedtler pencils. I've printed this on a bit of just general cardstock. I don't know what it's going to be like for colouring on. We'll find out. So I'm going to put a layer of grey down on my castle. This is 805. And I'm just going to get going here now. He's drawn on the brickwork and things, but don't ignore that just at the moment, and just put down a layer of colour, and then we'll get there now. Not sure what to do about this tree either, but I've coloured over it for just this step, and now I'm going to colour this tree in next, I think, so that I can colour around it. And I'm thinking, although we've got these branches, I want to put some leaves on, so I'm going to draw some bushy leaves over those branches. Oops, I'm going to start with number 55 and just do a sort of few bits like this. So I'm doing little scribbly circles. Okay, I think this slightly scribbly style quite suits his scribbly drawing style. I'm not being rude, he just has this loose sort of style like that. And then I'm going to take another green, let's take a brighter one, the number 57, and do the same thing. I think I need to be a bit closer. You can't see anything, can you? There we go. And then do some more scribbly circles just around and about like this. So we get, I think by using different colours, we add a bit of texture to our bush. And then something in between, I've got this sort of 19, which is a sort of brownie-ish, but green as well. I'm sort of going to try and fill in the gaps, but it can overlap a little bit, doesn't matter too much. He's actually, he doesn't know I'm doing this. I can see the grass through there, but anyway. I thought I'd surprise him. I've been talking to my friend Mary, and she said, you ought to do it. I was like, I know, I've been meaning to, but now I'm going to put some shape onto our castle or tower with this 80, so slightly darker grey. Now you're going to need to see all of it. Quite a tad. So on the very edges, I'm going to put this sort of line of darker grey, and then sort of fade it in. We do it on both sides, and what that will hopefully do is make it look more rounded rather than flat on the paper. Like that. It's a bit better. I'm going to go darker still. This is the 8. So really layer up on that very edge there. Fade it in. And we'll get a rounder looking turn. Now, as you can see from the way that these are designed, there are lines so you can cut them out. You can colour them once you've cut them, or you can cut them and then colour them. I decided to colour it first, it doesn't matter. Now we have these bricks above the window, below the window. I think they might be light with some shadow under, so I'm going to grab actually this number 8 again, this darker grey, put some shadow under here, because this would, I'm thinking of this as a ledge, sort of sticking out. I'm thinking if I can make it look like there's some shadow, same as these bricks. Now he draws in a I'm just trying to think while I'm talking. I'm going to go back to the 805 and just darken them a little bit, but with this light grey. He draws with a fine liner type pen. I'm not sure which one it is that he used for this actually. Now inside our windows, now need to think about what time of day is it, because if it's night time we want light coming out of our door and window, but if it's daytime then then it won't be so bright. But I think I'm going to do a night sky on this one. Something I find fascinating is that the door looks like it's opening inwards when doors tend to open outwards normally, I think. Anyway, but I'm going to do the door next while I think about the 7th sky. So I want to do a sort of wooden door, so I'm going to use this number 7 as my sort of base colour. Like that. And then grab a darker brown, number 76. Put in these lines. And just draw in lots of lines, make it look more wooden. And I'm also going to use the 77 to do even more, just to really give it some sort of gnarly, woody, characteristic, different colour bits of wood. There we go. Can't colour the handle because it's been blocked in, but there we go. Now I still haven't decided what colour to do inside. I think I'll use the one which is the yellow. I've got to find it though. I think it's that one. Yeah, so it's not the brightest orangest yellow, but it is going to be quite bright still. So it's all bright inside our castle. This bit I think I'll do is grass. So let's do the grass and path. Actually, that's a path. See how I think this is, I haven't spoken to him about this, so these longer lines I think are grass, and then this bit here is a path leading to our castle. So we do our sort of gravelly path first, and I'm going to start with actually the number 17 is quite a light colour, and then I'm going to add some darker colours on top. So if you're doing this starting with a light colour, don't press down too hard or else you'll burnish it in. You won't fit any more colour on the top. So just go careful. Yeah, he's in the kitchen. It's a Saturday today. I'm recording this. He's in the kitchen cooking a tomatoey sauce. He cooks a batch cooks a tomato sauce to have all week with his meals. He likes sauces, he doesn't like plain food. I like plain food. I'm not a big lover of sauces. I'm just going to sharpen my next pencil, but you know, we're all different. So this is 16 and I'm going to put some blobs on the path. I want it to look like gravel. And because we've got these dots on it already which look quite gravelly, so I think we can add to them. But as it's night time, maybe it'd be a bit darker than this. Have a think. I'm going to add lots of different, can you see? There you go. Lots of layers of different colours anyway. These Staedtlers are working nicely on this cardstock. You can of course print this off and colour it on paper if you just want to colour it as a colouring exercise, but if you want to use them as bookmarks, I would advise printing them onto some cards so that they're a little bit more sturdy. But you could also even laminate them This is 49 to make them even more sturdier, but obviously that means you need a laminator, or you could glue them onto some cardboard once you've coloured them on paper, something like that. Put sellotape over them. What's another word for it? Sticky tape, that's it. Sellotape's a brand name, isn't it? It's just what we always call it here in the UK. That sort of thing, you know. So there are different ways you can try to protect it, really. He had thought, you know, when he was first selling bookmarks, that he needed to waterproof them because he was worried that if they got wet and the book got wet, then the paint would come off in the book. But I sort of reminded him that laminating doesn't really work on smaller items because you have to then cut it out and then it sort of peels open. And I reminded him that, you know, if you get your book and bookmark wet, you're going to ruin your book anyway, pretty much. And most people are not that careless. I don't think so, anyway. So we're just blobbing away with our path. It's rather fun and relaxing. Oops. Number 703. I'm just going to layer up a few more colours. Yeah, he's also watching the darts. He likes a bit of darts. His father, you know, is from a very middle class family. Darts is not a middle class game, and his father thinks it's hilarious and doesn't really approve. But I was having a thought that at some point I might suggest we go on a little holiday for a weekend and we go to Minehead where they have the darts. I think it's Butlins. Butlins Minehead, they have darts sometimes. I thought he might like to go and watch darts and stay there. I've never stayed at a Butlins. It's just not usually something that we would enjoy because it's like, well, it's a sort of you get like little holiday caravans, cabins and things like that. Self-catering, that's fine. I don't know if you can camp, I'm not sure, but that's okay. But it's sort of aimed at families and it's like entertainment, and that's not really our bag, you know, going to shows and family shows, people dressed up, and you know, it's just not. But if you could go and watch the darts, that would be a whole different kettle of fish. I used to know someone actually who had a caravan there that they used to rent out, but I think they've sold it now, so they don't. But we could easily rent one. So I thought that might be a nice treat. This is 73. This is my last one, because but we've got a few different things that we would like to do, but it's just thinking of the children. If they don't want to come, I can't leave my son alone. It's really hard, but you know, we'll see what happens. He might want to come, you never know. But also, I don't know what time of year it is. I think it's near Christmas. They've always got work due in, so while they're still at uni. It's looking very leopardy now, I think, this path. But I'm thinking I'm going to use these bookmarks once they're done. And so for my completed pages videos, you know. So I want to make sure that it's something that I'm going to be happy keep looking at. I don't want to go, ugh, missed that bit. I should have done a bit more there, whatever. But I'm quite happy with my little path. Now sometimes if you want to make a path look really special and magical, if it's this sort of colour, get a gold pen, do some gold dots. It can look nice, but I'm not going to do that. Right, grass. What colour is grass? What I'm going to do actually is use a light colour. This is 50 as a base, and then put some darker colours on. But we've already got obviously quite a lot of dark because of the drawn in blades of grass, so I'm not sure how it's gonna work really. Now colour in the direction that blades are drawn looks better. And I'm still trying to decide. I haven't done the roof. I realise I haven't done the roof. Or that is like the little stem of that tree. So it's what we can do with the roof. I had thought about doing a red roof, but then I thought maybe I will wait until I've done the sky and then see what's going to work, rather than just doing it a random colour and regretting it. Right, so there's our base for our grass. You can leave it like that if you want, but I'm going to get my number 52. I'm going to give it a sharpen and do some strands. I don't know if they'll show up, so it's just a bit of an experiment really. I think it adds to the texture. I'm okay with that. I'm going to just keep them about the length that they're drawn already. So he's got a few other free downloads as well. He's got some pictures that you can, I think they're, he's got some phone or tablet back, what do they call them? What do you call it? When you can have it as the background. Oh, why is my brain not thinking of the word? Anyway, it's got some of those and some other colouring pages. A couple, not too many yet, but coming in there. And then he's got things for sale as well, you know, so it's worth having a little look, seeing what he's got, if he's got anything that you fancy. Yeah, I sort of encouraged him to start his Ko-fi because it gives him a little bit of a focus for his art, because although he likes doing it, sometimes he needs a bit of a push, if you know what I mean, something to motivate him to do it, you know. So I'm going to do one more layer of green. This is the 5. I feel that with this and with these dots, it helps to add to that texture that's already been drawn on. Now I'm leaning on a book, by the way. I find that colouring straight onto the desk is not always the best thing to do. I'm actually leaning on a Colouring Heaven magazine because it's exactly the right size. And they're quite sturdy and I never colour the covers, but do make a careful choice as to what you might want to lean on. You might have an old magazine or newspaper, something flat obviously, and this is just the right size too. Okay, sky and roof, here we come. Now, an evening sort of colour. I was thinking maybe blue to purple with a dark blue. Let's start with the indigo. It's really dark. Here we go. Number 36. Now, of course, I always find it's better if you go this way when you're doing sky, rather than up and down, because it looks a bit more natural somehow. If you look at skies and cloud lines and sunsets and things. Now I'm struggling here because I haven't got a line to colour to. I'm going to go all the way up to the edge, I think, and then I'll cut it out after and cut off the excess. I think that's the easiest way to do it. I'm going to sort of fade this up a bit. My tree. Oh, we haven't done the tree bit, have we? We'll do that in a minute. Just fading this up. Same problem over here with not knowing where to go. Now I'm just going to do the tree stem, stalk, trunk. Let's get the word there in a minute. 76. I'm going to go with the really dark brown because I think it should stand out. We can see where I've missed some green there. Just going to grab a 5 and put a few green strands in that better. Okay, I've used our indigo. I'm going to go to a... I'm going to go straight to this green. Green? No, blue. 633. And go over what I've done. And I'm actually going to fade as we go towards the top. So the top of our sky will be a bit lighter than the bottom. Just going to adjust my position, so if I can find a way to sit that's better, that is better, much better. It's sort of fading off now, like that. And the same on this side. Just gonna put those bits in there. Okay, now we are going to go to our violet. I think this is number 6. I'm going to go quite, I need to put my elbow, that's it. I need to put my elbow where my pencils were. Managed to squeeze it in, a little space. I'm going to go all the way up to part as high as the roof with this colour. What I've always found with Staedtler, I used them, the sort of first pencils that I had really, was that for backgrounds they're quite tricky because they're thin. See, there's a bit of a flaw in my paper here. The colour doesn't want to sit, but never mind. Yeah, so I found that when I bought my first set of polychromos, they were so much easier for backgrounds because they were that bit more vibrant and slightly thicker, the leads. But personally for backgrounds I actually find that Prismacolor are pretty good, but I think the Derwent, what are they called? I'm going to try this blunt one, because this is really blunt, I think it might work better. Derwent drawing pencils, they're really good for backgrounds, but there is only a limited colour palette within the set, but they are so sort of thick. The leads, they make for great, oh, I used to have one in here, but I don't anymore. I could have showed you what I meant. But they are very good, but we're just using Staedtler today, so that's that. But yeah, the drawing pencils are great for backgrounds, but for detailed drawing, detailed bits, they're quite tricky. Okay, try and smooth this off. I realise I'm going over that very top bit. I'm actually going to colour that in black, I think. Make sure I go right to that edge. There we go. Now the roof. I was thinking of going red, but I didn't want to go like scarlet, so I am going to choose the Mauve Tuscan red, which I think is this one. No, I'm right. It's this one, yeah, 260. That's what I'm going to use for the roof. It's quite a brownish red, but I think that's better. It matches the door. It looks a little bit less bright, which I think is the way it should be. I'm going to do it darker here on these edges to try and again emphasize that conical shape. There we go. Now, I feel like our sky needs some stars. I'm going to put some in. This is number 8, Sakura Jelly Roll. Oh, my washing's just finished. You could draw a moon in as well if you can draw, or you have a stencil. I can't draw, so I'm just putting in some stars. There we go. Nighttime at castle. There we go. So let me come out. You can see that my edges aren't very good. What I'm going to have to do, I think, is to get a ruler and draw this line in and then cut along that ruler drawn line, because I can't cut in a straight line. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my husband to guillotine it. That would be best. But I shall ask him to do it once I've coloured them all and surprise him. But there we go. I'm really happy with my little castle. Now I know we've got these little lines of brick and I haven't coloured in every individual brick. This one's quite small, but maybe we'll do it on this one or this one, where we've got these lines. That one's a bit more complicated. The lines, don't know. But this one I might draw in the bricks and then it'll be a bit different, won't it? But thank you for watching today. As I say, it's all free. You can go and download it if you want to go there. This is version 2. I don't know if version 1 exists. I seem to remember it had quite a big gap, but I can't remember now. But go and have a little look, see what you think. But thank you for watching today. Hope you have a super day and happy colouring.